My dear brothers and sisters in the risen Lord, good morning, good people, and happy feast day, Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary. I am extremely happy to meet through social media to pray for your health, personally to develop peace in the family and the rest. Immaculate Conception, day 8, 12, 2024. The gospel for today's liturgy, the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception of the Blessed Virgin Mary, brings us into the house of Nazareth, where she receives the angel's annunciation. Luke chapter 1, verse 26 to 38. Within the domestic walls, a person reveals him or herself better than elsewhere. And it is precisely within that domestic intimacy that the gospel gives us a detail that reveals the beauty of Mary's heart. The angel calls her full of grace. If she is full of grace, it means Our Lady is void of evil. She is without sin, immaculate. Now, at the angel's greeting, Mary is greatly troubled. Luke chapter 1, verse 29. She is not only surprised but troubled. To receive grand greetings, honors, and compliments sometimes brings the risk of provoking pride and presumption. Let us recall that Jesus is not gentle with those who go in search of greetings in the squares, adulation, visibility. Luke chapter 20, verse 46. Mary indeed does not exalt herself, but is troubled. Rather than feeling pleased, she feels amazement. The angel's greeting seemed too grand for her. Why? Because she feels little within, and this littleness, this humility attracts God's eyes. In the first reading, there is the man who, at the origin, say no to God, and in the gospel, there is Mary who, at the annunciation, says yes to God. In both readings, it is God who seeks mankind. But in the first case, God goes to Adam after the sin and asks him, "Where are you?" Genesis chapter 3, verse 9. And Adam responds, "I hid myself." Genesis 3, 5. In the second case, however, God goes to Mary without sin, who responds, "Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord." Luke chapter 138. Here I am is the opposite of "I hid myself." Here I am opens one to God, while sin closes, isolates, causes one to be alone with oneself. Here I am is the key phrase for life. Here I am is a key phrase for one life. It marks the passage from the horizontal life centered on oneself and one's own needs to a vertical life ascending towards God. Here I am is being available to the Lord. It is a cure for our selfishness, the antidote to dissatisfied life, which is always lacking something. Here I am is the remedy against the aging sin. It is the therapy for studying young within. Here I am is believing that God counts more than my me. It is choosing to bet on the Lord, docile to His scriptures. This is why saying, "Here I am," to Him is the highest praise we can offer Him. Why not begin our days with a "Here I am, Lord"? It would be beautiful to say each morning, "Here I am, Lord. Today, let your will be done in me." Mary also, "Let it be to me according to your word." She does not say, "Let it be done as I want, but as you will." Jesus does not place any limitation on God. She does not place any limitation on God. She does not think, "I will dedicate myself partly to Him. I will deal with it and then I will do what I want." No. Mary does not love the Lord when she feels like it, off and on. She lives by entrusting herself to God in all things and for all things. This is the secret of life. One could trust God in everything, can do everything. However, the Lord, dear brothers and sisters, suffers when we respond to Him as Adam did. I'm afraid and I hit myself. God is Father, the most tender of fathers, and desires His children's trust. How often instead do we mistrust Him? We mistrust God. We think that He might send us some trial, deprive us of our freedom, abandon us. But this is a great mistake. It is the temptation of the origin, the temptation of the devil, weaving mistrust in God. Mary overcome this first temptation with her "Here I am." And today we look at the beauty of Our Lady, born and lived without sin, ever docile and transparent to God. This does not mean that life was easy for her. Being with God does not magically resolve problems. The conclusion of today's gospel passage recalls us, the angel departed from her. 38. He departed is a strong verb. The angel left the virgin alone in a difficult situation. She knew the special way in which she would become the mother of God. The angel had said so, but the angel had not explained it to others, only to her. And problems began immediately. Let us imagine the irregular situation according to the law. To St. Joseph's torment, the life plan tossed aside, what the people would have said, But faced with the problem, Mary places a trust in God. She is left by the angel and believes that God remains with her in her. And she trusts in God. She is certain that with the Lord, even if an unexpected way, everything will be fine. That is the wise approach. Not to live depending on the problems when one ends and another appears, but by trusting God and entrusting every day to Him. Here I am. Here I am is a phrase. Here I am is a prayer. Let us ask the Immaculate for the grace to live this way during the Eucharistic celebration. May God bless you all. Amen.